So Allah Ta'ala says, what is the work we have to do now? Is that the whole life of a person that's in front of that person has to revolve around this kalima, the statement of faith. And not 1 inch should we divert and digress away from this kalima. If we want the reward from Allah, if we don't want the reward, then fine, do what you want, enjoy yourself. Then that's our own deen, our own understanding, and our own life of so-called whatever we want to do. So Allah Ta'ala says, on top of stating this kalima, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, on top for any woman or man, sister or brother, automatically Allah Ta'ala has made us close to Jannah by instilling this kalima into our hearts even at birth. So Allah has already given us half of the achievement, so the other half we need to achieve. Look, how long do we have to do this for? We don't know, somebody for 30 years, somebody's got 40 years of allotted life, somebody's got 50 years, somebody's got 70 years, somebody's got 80 years. And after 80 years, 30 years is in illness, and 20 years is in wasting time and in doing other activities. So every man has got a target, and a preset amount of time. Allah Ta'ala has given us an allotted time. Allah says, in this time you have to live in the world and get married, and children will be born. You have to get them wedded off, and you have to get married yourself. Then you'll have granddaughters, grandsons, grandchildren. You have to bring them up, worry about them. You have to make your house and drive the car, and you have to meet your relatives and make your relatives happy, and you have to do accounting and work and employment and business. The whole life, whatever we have to do. But what's the point? Allah says, not 1 inch, 1 millimeter should you divert yourself away from this kalima. In all of those activities, a good death and a good permanent life in the hereafter. Live your life in the world within the circle of the kalima. From morning to night, night to morning. Consider that you, me, all of us are living in this circle. We shouldn't leave this circle of La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. And my whole life, whatever duty has given me, kids, no children, wealth, job, health, sickness, diseases, hospital, outside, shopping center, marketplace, wherever I'm in the world, Allah has given me all of this. So this is the same circle that we have to live in. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. What is this circle? The brothers, the circle of La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah defines how we should live our life. Allah says, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah means every order I will give to you. Allah says, every square millimeter of life I will guide you with full protection. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakeel. I'm your wakeel. Let's understand this. You have nothing to worry about in life. Nothing. Allah says, I am your zamin. Food, drink, clothes, traveling, walking, sitting, walking, standing, sitting, wife, children, everything. Allah says, I am your kafil, your sponsor in the world. What a massive sponsor. Imagine this. Imagine how easy Allah has made our life and how foolish we are. Allah says, I am your kafil. And we say, no, Allah will do it ourselves. We don't want you as the kafil. Why? How? Because these are two opposite extremes. That when we come out of the kalima circle, say, no, it's me. I am the God. I am going to set my life definition. I am the Rabb. I am the Lord. I am the one who earns the food and the bread. I put the bread on the table. I've brought my children up. And so we've come out of the circle of the kalima. But when we stay in the circle of the kalima, we say, I am nothing. My job is just one. The Allah, you are my Rabb, my Lord. And everything else, you are running the affairs in the world. And I have no worry for these things. The life of a woman is within the circle of La ilaha illallah. We need to grab hold of Allah's ahkams, orders and rules, and live our lives according to this, because we've accepted Allah is our everything. Do we understand? That's a beautiful point. So if we do this, is there any loss in this? No. What a light life. What a very beautiful, tranquil life. But I don't know why we don't do this. Why don't we follow Allah Ta'ala's stages? So first stage, La ilaha illallah, to mention it by verbally. Secondly, to live our life in the circle of Islam, the kalima, the circle of the kalima. Thirdly, Allah says that, look, here is some advice. This will come in use to you, but you may make some excuses. So Allah Ta'ala said that my most beloved of creation, Allah Ta'ala says, who's my beloved from the whole of mankind. I will have sent others, and I did. But the best who I sent last, I gave many kitabs, but I didn't give a kitab just like I gave to the Muslims. That's the greatest kitab, Allah Ta'ala says. And I gave you such a Nabi, the greatest. And I gave such a kitab that will very easily go into your hearts. And you will go quickly to the kitab for guidance. And on top of that, to amal, to practice this kitab, Allah Ta'ala said that it's so easy to practice the Quran that the Prophet Muhammad will personally tell you how to practice the Quran. And he'll have 124,000 students, the Sahaba, and then have their companions and students, the Tabi'in, then their students, the Tabi'in, and then I will send other people, Imam Malik, Shafi, Imam Ahmad, Hanbal, Imam Abu Hanifa. So they made the understanding of the deen even easier. The great mujtahideen, Imam Abu Hanifa, Imam Malik, Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal, Imam Shafi. And even then, we're stupid if we don't understand the deen. And we say, where's it written? When we say to someone, do how to go to the toilet, how to answer the call of nature, we don't call this deen. We don't consider this deen. Allah has guided us A to Z. Every day today, in this society, 99% of jinns, influence people when they enter into the toilet. 99% of arguments and quarrels in the home, I've seen this with my eyes, at that time they occur when a person without their adab and manners enters into the home, and those manners that Rasulullah prescribed us to enter the home, we don't do, we have bad issues at home. And if we follow the guidance, then consider that 99.9% recurring, there'll be no divorces or fights or quarrels or problems in the houses, in families. If we enter the home according to the guidance of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, he said, when you go home, what mercy, what massive mercy, what massive guidance, that when you go home, enter into the home like this, the way I've guided you. Because when you go home, you don't see, but I see that with you shaitans and jinn, they enter into the home before you step into the house. But if you recite these kalamas and go into the house with this adab and say assalamu alaikum, then the shaitan and shayateen who wanted to go into your house with you that night, they melt there and then, they cannot enter into your home. This Ajiz Fakir has seen this, I tell you, I've seen this, witnessed this, that the shaitan cannot enter into the home with you. He cannot enter at the time that you utter that dua. Then that shaitan melts, and if he comes in, then the storm has blown into you and becomes and eats with you when you're sleeping with the wife at home. And when you are interacting with the wife in the night, and then the children who are born, they have the traits of shaitan and characteristics, because we didn't listen to the words. We went out of the circle of Islam, and we think it's a minor thing. We whistle and go in and shout. We swear while entering into the house and cursing someone else. And we walk into the house, no dua, no prayer. And then we start arguing and fighting and quarreling, and issues come in. Such a big guidance and framework and protection. So let's promise today, from today, according to the sunnah, we will learn the sunnah tariqah. We will learn, isn't it? This is deen, isn't it? And if we learn this, then in the hereafter, every man will rise as an alim, as a scholar. It's not necessary, no certificate. Will you be asked on the Day of Judgment, bring the certificate from the Darul Ulum institution? No. Allah say he learned ilm. He learned the sunnah of Rasulullah. He learned how to sleep. He learned how to eat. He ate in this way. She entered home in this way. And this is an alim due to amal, due to practice. He will stand as an amil of amal. The cure is to oppose shaitan and nafs. Allah says you can oppose. Allah says I've prepared for you totally. What is that cure? Allah says in this kalima, dhikrullah. Dhikrullah. Keep on reciting, keep on doing dhikr. My dhikr, Allah says, then shaitan, and you will keep on opposing them and fighting them, and you'll be successful as long as you do dhikr in abundance. Because shaitan, he will abundantly come to you to distract you. So the cure to fight off shaitan is abundant dhikr. And as long as you're doing dhikr abundantly, remembering Allah, inshallah, you will succeed over shaitan in this world and the hereafter. Now, what is our job? We have now reached stage 1, verbal statement of deen. Stage 2, circle of Islam, la ilaha illallah. Third stage, of those people are successful who understand this third point, that to save ourselves from shaitan and the nafs and to come back into the circle of the kalima is to do dhikr of Allah in abundance. Those people who grab hold of the practice of dhikr of Allah, they have crossed the peaks and succeeded. Why? Because with Allah Ta'ala's dhikr, Allah has given such rewards, such forces that come to the help of a human being. Spiritually, angels descend from the heavens, they destroy shaitan, they kill off shaitan. But the problem now we have is that people have left the dhikr of Allah. We don't listen, we don't accept, we don't understand. We had one cure to stay within the circle of the kalima of the deen, and even that action, that cure has been eliminated from our lives. So shaitan is totally taken over. Oh no, I don't have time. Why do we have to do this? I'm happy with my deen, I don't need to do dhikr, I'm doing other things. Do the work of the deen, spread the deen, but look at the asal, genuine article practice that we need to do. Am I in the circle of the kalima? Am I? What do I need to do to come back into that circle, or to be in that circle? If there's no dhikr, we can never realize what sin is there, what sin am I doing, I'm not doing a sin. Nobody knows, he's totally unaware. Let's take one sin. And dhikr of Allah revives the awareness of that sin, because with dhikr comes nur, light in the heart. And due to that dhikr, Allah Ta'ala creates nur and light. And that nur, what does it do? It definitely impregnates or permeates into a person's heart. And when you do dhikr, it will teach us what's halal, what's haram. What do we need to do? What do we need to leave? And you become aware and conscious. A sense develops within us that we will accept and be aware of what we need to do in our life. And when a wrong action comes, then we will feel unhappy. Oh no, this is wrong, I shouldn't be doing this. And where does this come from? Dhikr of Allah. Then that person understands that he starts to try to leave the action, and then he does dhikr to get more help. So that's why I stated, do so much dhikr, so much dhikr, so much dhikr, that until the time of your death, keep on doing dhikr from your tongue and heart. Such a great ibadah. And people say, don't do it.